Okay, so pre-calculus, you understand where we're going. Get your chapter 1 and or so your binomial expansion assignment in. Rory, I've got yours. Dalen, you get yours in. Go through chapter 1 review. On Wednesday, I will have an assignment for you on chapter 1 review. Thursday, Friday. Well, I lost you for a second here. Thursday, Friday, we work on the chapter 3 review. I'll have an assignment for you on chapter 3 for the weekend. And then unless Rory has one more, that probably will do it for us. Okay. Today I got to put out an assignment before I go on physics. I'll put out an assignment in momentum. Did you want to look at any of those questions in physics this morning, girls? From momentum. So they were pages 304, 303, and 304, I think.
No, but I kept my old tests from last year, so I just went through my old tests. There's other questions in there.
Okay. And
ones, like the ones like that's yeah. I said when the 2 cars crashed.
Yes.
I did some of those.
Okay. Do you want to look at any of the questions?
No, I don't think so. I actually did very well last year in that unit.
Okay. Rory, how about you? I assigned you about 6 questions. Did you want to look at any of them?
No. I did all of them.
Yeah.
And they weren't very, because we did it last year.
Okay.
Kind of as a point it came back, and I have all the formulas, so.
Right. So did you do questions 1, 2, and 3 on page 314?
No, I didn't. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, because those are the ones those are the money questions. Those are the ones we want to look at. So why don't I do question 1 with you right now, and I'll leave 2 and 3. 2 is the bomb question, but it's related to I've already done it with you last week. So
Is that when you have to like find the different pieces of form?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to try those 2 on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me do question 1 with you, because question 1's a little bit different on page 314.
Okay.
All right, so you have V1.
Could you just tip your camera up a little bit, Mr.
Up.
Yes.
Good or too much?
That's good.
Good? Okay. So we have pool ball movement at 10 centimeters per second to the right. It hits a stationary pool ball and glances off and goes out this way at 30 degrees. So that's V1 prime. We don't know what speed it's at. And then this pool ball goes off on an angle of 60 degrees. And its speed is 5 centimeters per second. Now, because it's momentum, there's 2 things I need to know. Number 1 is I don't need to use mass if they are all the same mass. I can just simply use velocity. So I don't have to find my momentum for it by taking mass times velocity. Second thing that we need to know is that unit-wise, we don't have to switch units because I am only dealing with the centimeters per second units. So in this question then, I have V1 is equal to V1 prime plus V2 prime. Okay, now again, this is a different question than most of the ones that we work with. All right, so V1 prime and V2 prime. Now normally, if I'm looking for V1 prime, and I can do it this way, is I would arrange this different. I would go V1 prime is equal to V1 minus V2 prime. And that works. All right, so this equation tells us how to draw our vectors out. That's what it's used for. I don't put the values in. I simply use it as a map or a guide as to how to draw it. So if I draw V1 now, V1 goes like that, and it's at 10 centimeters per second. I need the negative of V2 prime. So V2 prime is down here at 60 degrees. Well, negative V2 prime then is up this way. So that's 60 degrees right there. V2 prime, 5 centimeters per second. And I am looking for V1 prime right there. Okay? And again, my angle, but I've already been given the angle, is it should work out to 30 degrees. All right, so I'm given a lot more information than I'm usually given in this question. Okay? All right, so V1 prime is equal to side, angle, side. Use your law of cosines. So 10 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 10 times 5 times the cos of 60. V1 prime is equal to, all right, second function square root, 10 squared plus 5 squared times cos 60 brackets. So 8.660 centimeters per second, and this should be right 30 degrees up. Okay? So again, this one's different in a couple senses of the questions that we're used to. First of all, there's no mass involved, and the reason there's no mass involved is because they're all the same mass. So I don't need to use momentum. I can just use velocity in order to solve it. All right? We're okay with that, girls?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Nothingness.
Okay. All right. So I'll leave 2 and 3 for you. And let me have a look at, did I print the review off for you? You have textbooks though, right, girls?
Yeah, I have a textbook.
Okay. So if you look in the review, let me find a question in the review here.
So tomorrow will be no class at all.
No, apparently there's no, they're having to fix something and the hydro is out tomorrow. So I have no power in here.
I thought I was school this week for some reason.
No, teachers are encouraged to come back this week, but don't actually have to be back until next week. I don't see another one of those grenade questions anywhere in the review. Okay, well, let's look at, I'm going to look at question 26 on page 329. That'll be the last question I'll look at here today. And then I'll put together the assignment this morning and I'll put it on Teams. So it says an arrow traveling at 40 meters per second. Strikes and embeds itself in a 400-gram apple at rest. I guess essentially I could do this question without changing that grams to kilograms, but I want to get used to it. The apple and the arrow move off together, so they embed with each other. So I don't know what M1 is, but I do know that V prime, so they move off together at 10 meters per second after impact. Okay, so let's write out what we have here. So our momentum before is just the momentum of the arrow. So that's M1, V1. Because M2 and V2 is 0. And then they embed, so that means that they get together. So I have M1 plus M2 times V prime. So filling in for all of my unknowns, or my known values, I've got 40. I've got M1 times 40 is equal to M1 plus 0.4 times 10. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply the 10 through the brackets. So I get 40 times M1 is equal to 10 M1 plus 4. Subtract the 10 to this side, I get 30. M1 equals 4. M1 is equal to 4 over 30. So 4/30, whatever that is, 26, 0.13 kg. Again, the reason I showed you that is because it's one of the ones where they come together. All right. Okay. Any other questions this morning, girls, about what's going on here?
No.
No? All right. Dylan, you're good? Okay, so for Wednesday, I will have the assignment ready for you for physics. Wednesday, I'll start work in energy. We're going to just dabble in it because, like I said, we're running out of time here. I just want to get it started. Precalculus, you are to get last week's assignment in on binomial expansion. Get Wednesday, I'll put out an assignment number on chapter 1 review, and you can start looking at the chapter 3 review as well, if that's where you want to go if you need work to do. Okay? But otherwise, you're kind of coasting in this class now. Okay? All right. Okay. I'll talk to you girls on Wednesday. Okay. Have a good day. Yeah, you bet. Bye.